Sure, I got everyone coming in here. Alrighty, I know we've got more people than that. Put on your videos. We want to see humans. We've all been deprived of seeing new humans lately, so get in here. Sorry, we're running a couple minutes late. I did have a coaching call leading right up to it, and we went over 1 minute. We are going to jump straight in because I really do like to be timely. I know you all know me, so I'm not going to introduce myself. I'm so happy to see everyone and that we're getting back into our routine of having these extra classes that keep our focus and our skills growing on all the areas of our business. And I'm super excited today because two people that I work with closely on Profit Share are here, and I'm hoping both of them are going to share some information today. One, I'm going to introduce first, and Mitch, I'm going to have you talk after Rebecca. So Mitch Schwartz, he is a MAPS coach and a BOLD coach. I'm curious if any of you had the pleasure of being in one of his BOLD sessions. If you have, please speak up and let us know. Very dynamic agent and coach. He's now shifted over more into one-on-one coaching. And he is incredibly focused on building his downline and his profit share. And that's the main focus of the
appointment.
Okay. So Mitch, I'd love for you to share some things after Rebecca speaks and goes over some of the practical items of how to keep that focus going on profit share. And then the next wave, Mitch, wave everyone. And then there he is. And then Rebecca Del Pozo, incredible agent, millionaire mom up in Washington State. She is, first off, has an incredible team that does luxury and regular residential resale in Seattle and that surrounding area. Rebecca, I'll let you name the little nuances of the areas. And Rebecca has built an incredible family tree and profit share over the last 18 years. And she continues to build that through focus and very practical steps that she takes on a monthly basis. So what we're going to cover today is Rebecca is going to go through exactly what she does to keep that focus. We know that BOLD law, Mitch, what you focus on expands. We also know that BOLD law, if it's not in your schedule, it doesn't exist, right? And what Rebecca's going to share with us today are two ways that she keeps her focus on profit share and she keeps it in her schedule. So Rebecca, I am going to turn it over to you now. Mitch, do you want to say something quick before I do that?
Hi.
Hi, okay. I saw your box light up, so I didn't know if you wanted to say something. So Rebecca, I'm turning this over. Share with us what you do to keep that focus present and to keep building your family tree, and give us practical steps so we can leave here and just feel like we know what we're doing. I know you're good.
Absolutely. Well, good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all. This is definitely like grow your profit share tree 301, right? 101 is the course that we teach on a monthly basis. It's actually happening later today at 2:00. And I teach that once a month, the Grow Your Profit Share Tree class through KWU. And today, though, it's kind of the down and dirty of how to live this out in our lives. And so essentially what happened is I was sitting in a class and I just said, what if I treated my profit share division of my business like I did my residential sales division of my business? What would it look like if I had an organizational chart? What would it look like if I actually had a budget model that I was following? And so I looked back and I said, okay, last year, I think it was $27,000 came in with profit share alone. And so let's take that percentage and I'm going to pay someone to be the administrative assistant for my profit share division of my business, meaning the baby steps to holding me accountable. I've hired an assistant, AKA babysitter, to make sure that I do everything that I said I was going to do regarding profit share. So I'm going to share my screen and pull up exactly the agenda that we use. And what I've done is I've recorded this meeting and I'll drop it in this document that I'll share with you so that you can take it and edit it however you want. I've got the word version of it, and here we go. So, all right, so can you see on my screen right now? Thanks for joining our Zoom today. Thank you, Bridget, for having me. Here's a link of all the upcoming classes, the YouTube link of the recording of us doing our month-end profit share meeting. And then as always, if you do something to, make this better, I'd love that feedback because I'm always looking to learn and grow. So at the end of every month, we wait until all the reports are in. And then Erin is my executive assistant. We have a monthly recurring meeting agenda that we go over. We review the downline report, and that's attached to the calendar event that she sends me. We look at the total number of agents in the downline. So first level, lost 1, so now we're at 50. Second level, added 7, so now we're at 39. And I literally say it out loud like this in this meeting so that everything that we're doing, I can't be distracted, I can't be messing around on my phone, we speak it out. So third level, lost 1, that takes us to 23. Fourth level, added 2, that takes us to 29. Fifth level, added 1, that takes us to 13. Sixth level, lost 1, that takes us to 9. And the seventh level has 7 and there were no changes. So then we review the additions and removals in our downline spreadsheet. Okay, so side note, what you focus on expands. And if you want to do something and really get focused, you got to nerd out on it. And so get nerd out on the profit share reports. One of the ways that that we do that is we literally type it out and say, okay, here are the additions. Her name is fully noted and where she is and which level she's in. So then I grab my phone and I friend them on Facebook. And then I add them into my private RDP family tree private profit share Facebook group. And so here are all the people that I would go and FaceTime or
our
Facebook
marketing
friend.
plan that we talked about. I mean, we had it at CD.
Sounds like we need to mute. All right. And then we remove. So then I pay attention, like, why did Brittany leave? Where did she go? And I follow up with them to find out what the reasons were for them leaving. And then just say, we'd always love to have you back. And if there's anything I can do to help at any point, just let me know. So there's my homework to follow up with the people who left. Then the action steps are, there we go. Friend them on Facebook, add them to my profit share family tree group. Anyone in my downline leaving real estate altogether, we could put them into the referral only program. And can I adopt their database? I post, and every Monday I do Zooms, which are career nights on Zoom. And then there's the friending them on Facebook, adding, removing them from the Facebook group, send a welcome email to the new additions. We have a template in our Gmail that is an automated email that we just kind of tweak a little bit and then send out. And then I update my profit share triangle in Canva and then review the report. Then we read through what our monthly amount was. So for the month of April, it was $4,132 that came in profit share. Year to date, that takes us to $12,219. Lifetime earnings of $145,892. And then we go through. Yep.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm not sure that everyone knows on the call what the profit share triangle is.
Oh, awesome. So let me share that. Yeah,
is?
Absolutely. So I'll just pull mine up.
And while we're looking at that, for clarity's sake, this is just the meeting that you're having between you and your assistant who's helping you grow your profit share.
Correct. This is the person who I have allotted money and time, that this is one of the things she is in her job description to help me grow this division of my business, just like she helps me stay accountable with my listing pipeline, my buyer client pipeline, etc. So
does she also receive profit share?
Yes, absolutely. Well,
when do you talk about her profit share?
at this at this meeting, because of this meeting, she just got her first person in her downline last month. And so her agenda will then be the next one, so that but it's because we've been doing this meeting that she's like, well, hang on a minute. How do I get in on this? Right. So I actually co-hosted a career night with Erin. And then I told her everyone that's at that call is hers to follow up with and put in her pipeline. And so I do that with people in my family tree, is if they're interested, I'll offer to co-host with them and then give them everyone, all the leads from that particular career night. So
Very good. Thank you.
Great point. Thank you. So on the screen is what we call the profit share triangle. And so this represents how many people in my first level, which is 50. And then the total tree number is 170. And then lifetime total earnings of 145,000. So that's the triangle.
The triangle. Thanks. I just wanted to make sure people knew what that was.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me go back here, make sure. So which first level agents grew their direct downline or added? And so then I know that these are the people that I've got to go and now text, call, and follow up with and congratulate them because they grew their downline. And so I'll call and say, hey, Alyssa, congratulations. I'm doing my follow-ups and you're at the top of my list. And so how did that come about? Where did you meet them? What can I do to help? And, you know, then we'll brainstorm together, like, do we need to invite them and hold them accountable to attend Bold or go to Ignite, or, you know, where are they at in their business? So that's that. And then teaching opportunities. So to be able to articulate profit share in a really like flowy way, you got to do it on a regular basis. And so I teach the Grow Your Profit Share Tree class every single month. And then I teach the career Zoom, the career night, every single Monday at 4:30. And that is essentially the overview of our profit share month end meeting.
Will you share that agenda in a Word doc so we can all steal it?
Absolutely. I'll do that right now. So what kinds of questions, or I would love to hear your thoughts. What have you heard in the last 10 minutes that maybe you hadn't thought about before?
Well, since nobody else is talking, the monthly profit share meeting, I have my business partner slash assistant who is in my profit share. And since I'm at 15 on my top line, everybody now is going to go into hers until she has 15. And then we're going to alternate. So we're tackling this together, even though I'm the only one that's on the call with Bridget currently. So that's a really good thing that I'm going to implement. We have a bunch of other projects that we're working on together, and this will just be one of the things that we discussed at our meeting.
Awesome. I love it. Lisa's got a question. Tell us about your weekly recruiting call. So weekly recruiting call. So you're referring.
I think she means the Monday career night.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So last year I did one a month. And in 2021, I realized that if I really wanted to master it, I had to do it on a weekly basis. And so I committed to Bridget and said, all right, this is it this year. Here's how it's going to roll out. Every single Monday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to host career night. Every single month, I'm going to teach Grow Your Profit Share Tree class at least once a month, sometimes more, because I'm invited to different market centers and stuff. And then the other is that I teach Quantum Leap every other month, and I teach 6 personal perspectives every other month. And so the mindset and the profit share are the 2 things that get me up in the morning. And so Monday's career night are the slides that KWRI provides us. You have access to that when I can share that. It's a big file, and you pick and choose through that PowerPoint slide deck which ones you like. And then you ultimately just add in a few little slides to be able to personalize it and share your own story. And you're welcome to jump on mine if you want, and I can share the slides with you. But ultimately, I just tell everyone, you know, my real estate journey started in 2003 with Keller Williams. Here's the picture of me holding the very first commission check I ever received.
And is your target new agents or is it existing agents? What's your target market on the career night?
Mostly new to real estate. However, one of the slides is who's on this call. And many times there are the sleeper agents that will log in and are just curious about what we're doing. In my Millionaire Real Estate Moms group, I post it there. And so a lot of times I'll see their names pop up in it as well. And they don't want to show their face. They'll change their video name, right? Like it's because they don't want anyone to know that they're looking for more. And then I'll take the message back to Facebook Messenger and be like, hey, I think that was you on my Zoom. What were your takeaways or ahas? So the message of Keller Williams is very similar for a new agent and for an existing agent. I used to think that it was different, and really it's not. It's just, you know, how many income streams do you have, and what is your company doing to help you grow them? So, yes.
So a question, and I think Lisa touched on it, was how are you getting this promoted to get attendance?
All the things. Eventbrite, because we're posting consistently on Eventbrite, now their algorithm has jumped on it and it's becoming a suggested event for people whenever they Google real estate. Facebook events.
Are you advertising your Facebook event by paying money to do that, or just posting it?
Nope, just posting it. Craigslist, if it's a community event and you're not actually like selling anything, I'll go into run a job ad as well as a community event so that it's showing up in front of different eyeballs that way.
Now the job ad costs money, whereas the community event does not.
Correct. Yep, we'll do them both. We have different websites that we have researched locally for different colleges and universities on their job pages. And so we'll post it there. Like it's all the different ways, however many ways we can get it in front of people.
Awesome. Are you running any ads like on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or any of that stuff?
Indeed, and our max budget is $200 a month.
Okay.
Did everyone pick up that she has a private Facebook group for everyone in her family tree? I know Mitch
Picked up on that 90 days ago and started my own. Thank you very much.
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also have one as well. And so if you aren't doing that, and so I'm going to throw a couple questions out. And does someone else have a question right now? Rebecca, I only have 4 people in my tree and one of them's a licensed assistant. What should I be doing? All of this that you just described?
Yes. I mean, you guys, this is an opportunity that we have. What is and that's come to the Grow Your Profit Share Tree class with me, and we'll talk through and identify the blank check from Gary and why that's important to you. Because you've got to connect your why to profit share. And so for me personally, it was, I don't come from money. And so the way that I'm going to be able to buy duplexes and fourplexes is with profit share money. And that literally just happened again. And it keeps happening that, profit share is opening doors of opportunity for you that you would have never thought possible. So why wouldn't you want to focus on it?
I think some people might be thinking that this is a ton of time. I guess when I get my time to speak, I'll share with a solution that I used to build mine to where I'm at today before I took the leap to spend a lot more time on it and give them even maybe a smaller, much more, at least something they can do in just a couple hours a week.
Right. So let me ask Rebecca 2 more questions. We'll jump to that, possibly just one. So here's one other thing, 2. So Rebecca, everything you're saying sounds great. I don't have anyone in my downline yet. So I feel like I can't start any of this till I have someone in my downline.
It's not true. If it's on your calendar, you're going to give it attention. And the time that it takes is this meeting is normally done within 15 or 20 minutes at the end of the month. To grow your profit share tree class that I teach is a 45-minute class, and the career night every Monday is 45 minutes. To be able to do those 3 activities and then receive over $4,000 a month passively, like, why wouldn't I want to do
Why
that?
wouldn't I do that? Okay. And then the last quick question for Rebecca, and we're going to shift to Mitch, is I'm scared if I host a virtual career night that nobody will come, or that 2 people will come and I'll feel embarrassed because there's only 2 people.
It doesn't matter how many people come, because the reality is that conversation is going to be the same. Your slides are still the same, and all it takes is one. That 1 or 2 people that are on that call could be the next Ben Kinney. So why wouldn't you want to have that conversation with them?
Thank you.
Here's a question I have though, relative to the career night. Do you actually advertise the career night, or do you advertise an opportunity and then direct people to the career night once they connect with you?
Both. I have a careers in real estate page on my website. Some people are referred because of my sphere of influence, and then they private message me and I go, hey, watch this quick intro video and then sign up for my Eventbrite. Sometimes it's just a one-on-one phone call follow up afterwards. Like it's all those things. I'll take them in whatever way they want to come.
Okay, cool.
So let's, and Rebecca, I hope you can stay on and hear Mitch. Everyone, she put her contact information in the chat. I want to make sure that everyone caught that in the document she sent out, she actually has a recording of her and Aaron conducting that meeting. So they recorded one of their meetings and she shared that with you. Please watch that. I know I'm going to watch it. I will probably watch it more than once, knowing myself. So watch them in action, because that can inspire you. And then instead of figuring it out, just R&D, just take it and do it. Okay.
Yeah. And I think just one note I would say with that is it is very boring. It's just the same agenda every single month, right? It's just no different than our beginning of day call, end of day call with Aaron and I every single day. I mean, how boring. We just review our calendar of events and then what the time sensitive deadlines are for transactions tomorrow. Like, it's the same thing over and over again. And yet how exciting that those boring things then equal wake up money. So
right.
I'm all over.
One of my former mentors used to say, repetitious boredom. Fortunes are made through repetitious boredom.
So good.
Learn to love it. So thank you. Incredible first guest, Rebecca.
Thanks so much.
Now, Mitch Schwartz, we're turning this over to you. Share away.
Okay, so first off, thank you, Rebecca. I've already, just in the time that I've known you, learned so much. And thank you so much for everything. It's been awesome. And we still got some things we've got to work on. So I built my profit share tree being a full-time real estate agent, focused mostly on selling houses. And I want you to know my journey started in 2000, not 2000. My journey as a real estate agent started in 1983, before many of you were born. And that's okay. I didn't become a Keller Williams agent, though, until 2009. And I used to own 2 big franchise companies that I had to recruit for that. And I came over to Keller Williams and I had no idea about profit share. And believe me, one of the reasons why I sold my 2 Century 21 offices is because I did not like recruiting. So let it be said right now is I don't recruit anybody. I do not. I choose not to recruit anybody. What I choose to do, though, is build relationships. And what I looked at is I thought, okay, if I was an agent, do I want to have somebody browbeating me about joining Keller Williams? Or do I want to have somebody offering aid in helping me become a better person, better business owner, better real estate agent? And I think number 2, most of us would agree that number 2 is probably who we would want to be receiving and who we would choose to be in exchange, right? Say yes?
Yeah.
All right, good. So if that being the case, I thought, okay, how am I going to do that? Well, I wanted to sell lots of houses still before becoming a coach. And so what I decided to do was I would just start calling agents who I did transactions with. Started with that. Hey, Rebecca, thank you so much for such an awesome transaction. We really need to get together. I wanted to say we really appreciate also how Johnny on the spot you were about all the transaction stuff. I really appreciate that. And then what is she going to say? Oh my gosh, it was so wonderful to work with you too. You're so awesome. Yes, I know. Thank you. Anyways, so then she'd say whatever she'd say. And I say, you know what the funny thing is though, is I was chatting you up to somebody in my office and my team leader said, who are you talking to? And I said, oh, I was talking to this lady. I just did a deal. And he insisted on getting your name and phone number. So he's probably going to call you because he heard how awesome you are. Would you do me a favor? I'm just going to ask you for two things. And what is she going to say?
Yes.
Why?
We'll do you a favor.
Because I flattered her, right? I came to her with contribution, coming from contribution, helping her. She said, sure, I'll do it. I said, well, you don't know what it is yet, but let me tell you. First thing I'm going to ask you to do, take Darren's call. Or if it's another team leader, because I know all the team leaders in the area, and I find out where that agent lives, and then I will refer them close to there. Please just take Darren's call. Humor me, will you please?
All right, fine.
Great. Thank you so much. Here's the last thing. When Darren calls, will you say really nice things about me too?
Of course, I don't have to lie. You were awesome.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'd love to know when he calls you. So can you just also just send me a text real quick? I know I asked for 3.
Okay.
But just send me a text real quick when he calls you. Would that be okay?
Yep, absolutely. You got it.
Great. So now I call Darren and I say, I just got off the phone with this great agent who's expecting your call. Can you call her right away, like in the next 20 minutes? And then he calls and then she texts me. And then what do? I call her back. And what I say is, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
Well, he offered me this like free coaching conversation and I really couldn't say no because I don't know. I could just kind of have the sense that I could learn something from him.
And I'm like, dude, totally. That's what you got to do. Take advantage of it. You got to go in there. This guy has helped more people build $1 million businesses than you can shake a stick at.
Well, the thing he talked about too is like more time. Like I don't need more money right now. It's just time. I'm so busy. And he touched on that. And he said there were some ways I could do that. So I'm going to meet with him for that call.
Cool. When are you scheduled?
I think it's Tuesday at 2.
Tuesday at what time?
2.
Cool. Well, let me know how it goes. I'll chat with you after that. Have an awesome day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Great. No pressure. Was there any pressure at all?
No pressure.
None. Zippo. Then what will happen is at about 4 o'clock, she's going to get a text message from me and say, what did he tell you? What did he tell you? What did he tell you? And then she will likely do what? Call me back and want to share. And all I'm going to do is say, oh, that's a wonderful idea. I never heard that one before. Or that's a great idea. He told me that too. You got to be meeting again. This can't be a one-time deal. When you meet with him again?
Well, he gave me this ticket to this event or something. I don't know. Have you done it before? It's like family
What's the event?
reunion. Or no, what mega something? Like I don't know.
Mega camp?
Yeah, that's it.
And he said he paid for you to go?
Yeah, he said that there was like this.
That's like a $700 deal.
Cool. Well,
I'm definitely going to be there. I'll tell you what, if you're going to go, I'll make sure that I'm there and I will introduce you to people around Mega Camp that will help you build your business. Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. And that was it. That's how that started. And then what I did is I started thinking, okay, what's the next level of that? Because I was just talking with all the different agents. Now, before I tell you the next step, any questions on what I just did there? Is there any reason why anybody on this call could make a similar series of phone calls? I'm hearing no nays. Yes, ma'am.
I am going to throw in. So many of you know I was a team leader for about 4 years. What Mitch just described was my number one appointments set scenario. And it was my number one conversion source of business. And I'm not bragging, I was a really good team leader. And 1 year I was the top net recruiter for the West LA region, which is a big region. Not bragging, I'm just saying what he just said works all darn day.
Yep.
Because I just want to add one thought in. They're not getting that level of attention from their own office. And when you give that compliment, and Mitch, you gave a great example. But when you start off with, hey, Parisa, so excited we got that deal closed. You know, I know that there were a couple of stumbling blocks along the way, and I just wanted to take a minute and tell you, not only was I impressed with how you kept your clients' emotions in the lines, I was also impressed with your TC. My goodness, your TC, they made this really come together. And I just want to take a minute and share that with you. You give a compliment like that, where you actually give some details and they know that you were paying attention.
Even if you have an assistant, or actually especially because I have an assistant, I don't talk to these people from the day I take a listing. I show up at closing and I get a check.
It's the keys to the castle. This is a horrible keychain. I was looking for a better one, but that is the key to unlocking. So just if you have questions about this, Mitch clearly knows how to do it, executes on it at a high level. I can help you with it. Start scheduling these conversations.
Totally. And I'll put my info in here in just a second. The next level, pardon me?
Go ahead.
The next level was.
You've got a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Hi, this is Parisa. I actually just joined KW from Sotheby's, and you guys.
Well, welcome to the family.
Thank you so much. And you guys are so on point that no one pays attention to you at the other offices. And I was a producing agent too. So yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. And welcome. Everyone give her a KW welcome. Yay. All right. Continue.
Okay. So let me I can't type and talk at the same time. I can't walk and chew gum either. So, all right. So there's my contact info. I thought, okay, what's the next level of this? Because at that point, I'm just talking to everybody. I'm going to choose to focus on cappers. And so I figured out, of the people who were in my world already, who was a capper. I went to my team leader and I said, I want you to run these people against the broker metrics. I want to see who's doing 10 or more transactions a year. Because in my market center, 10 or more transactions a year is a capper. And I know that every capper is on average worth about $1,250 per year in my profit share. So I want to grow cappers. So what I did is I asked for that information. Then I would call some of these people back and I'd say, hey, I talked to Darren. Thank you so much for spending the time with him on the phone. He said you had wonderful things to say. And the least thing I can do is buy you some lunch. And then I take them out to lunch and they'd say, well, you know, I really don't want to be recruited. Are you thinking about making a move? Because I just asked you out for lunch. Well, I'm really happy here. I love having lunch with happy people. How fun would that be? Two of happy people sitting there having lunch? Cool, right? Unless you want to make a move, I'm not recruiting anybody. Oh, okay. And I might ask you about what's going on in your business. Is it okay that we talk shop? Is that okay? Or is that off limits too? And of course they laugh. And then I go out to lunch and I literally have a series of questions. How are you getting listings? How are you handling this? Literally about their business. What's your biggest pain point? What's the thing that makes you awesome? What separates you from the pack? And sometimes they say, gosh, you really ask a lot of questions about this. I said, well, you never know when I'm going to be competing against you on a listing, and I need to know when your weaknesses are. And then they laugh. I said, and I'll be happy to share all this with you as well. And so I'm always going to come, like Bridget says, coming from curiosity. I'm going to find out about their business more so than their broker ever thought to ask them about their business. I'm also going to find out things like their birthday, whether or not they have a spouse or a partner, if they have children. I'm going to be Facebook friends with them. I recently discovered that you can put Facebook friends into a group on Facebook. So now I have a VIP agent group, and when I post it to just them. So I would start with 5 people. Now, because I'm doing this more focused, I'm doing it with 20. But what I'm telling you, you just need 5. Know these 5. Then every time, since you know their business, every time you read the Out Front magazine, by the way, if you're not reading that magazine, you're making a mistake. Really good information in that magazine to help you build your business. So read that. But because you know these agents' business, your reticular activator is going to go, oh my gosh, this is exactly what Rebecca was talking about. And then I'm going to take Post-it notes and I'm going to write on the Post-it note, Rebecca, read the article on page 5. Put it on the front. then go to page 5 and have one sort of hanging off the edge, and it's going to have an arrow. Here, call me when you're done. My phone number. Then I put it in a manila envelope and I send it to her office. I don't do anything else in there, just that. Now, why do I send it to her office?
Because you're strategic and smart.
Because I want other people to see it. I especially want her broker or manager to see it. Because what happens is when a broker or manager at a company who is in scarcity sees something like that, their true colors start to show up. Well, you know, if you leave, you can't take your listings with you. You know, if you leave, your split drops to 40%. I want all that nastiness to start coming out because that's going to start creating pain, right? And then what I do is I'll put it in for a follow-up the next week. Hey, did you get the magazine? What did you think of the article? What are you going to implement? And I do that for each person. Then I will send them a series of emails, and the emails in the SMART plan are all about just helping them build their business. Occasionally, they will be laced with a, hey, we just won this cool award. That's it. And in my SMART plan, my link back to me is actually linked back to my profit share growth page, you know, my career, realestatecareers.com. And they can see all the crap if they want to see it about Keller Williams. Then here's the one that's a real fun one. I have their birthdays on my calendar. I'm going to know it in Facebook. And if I don't know it in Facebook, there's ways you can find it. So I will call them the day before their birthday. And here's what I say. Hey, Bridget, it's Mitch over at Keller Williams. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I know your broker probably already called you, but I wanted to be the first one to wish you happy birthday.
Oh, that is so sweet. My God, you beat my mom.
Isn't that cool? What are you doing? Anything fun?
We're going to Ruth's Chris, and it's going to be a great time.
Sweet. Some of the best steaks. Next time we're having lunch, let me tell you about my Ruth's Chris story, okay?
That sounds good to me. When are you taking me to lunch? You taking me?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'll tell you what, why don't we do it? Are you good next week or is the week after that better?
Week after.
Cool. I'll tell you what, I'll shoot you off an email with some ideas on times, and then you tell me where you want to go. It's my treat.
That sounds great.
Cool. Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you so much. You're kicking off the celebration.
Excellent. Now, what was the most important part of that call? Anyone? Bueller?
Her
Bueller?
broker.
Anyone?
The broker part.
Why was that important, Joanne?
Because it put you at a different level than the broker. Right.
Without saying, ha, 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 your broker's not going to call you, I said, ha, 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 your broker's not going to call you. I've made known that I know that most brokers don't have any idea on this one. As a matter of fact, I keep telling my team leader, this whole posting on Facebook thing with people's birthdays is BS. You need to call everybody. And you need to call them the day before, because if they're getting recruited by anybody like me who's not really recruiting them, they're going to leave.
You're going to get a call.
They're going to get a call. It's relationship. If I know anything about their kids, if I know anything about their wife, a lot I track down where they personally live. If I happen to be in the neighborhood where they live and it's after 6 o'clock, like I'm coming home from a listing appointment, where do I stop?
Right at their door.
Right at their door. Hey, I know I probably interrupted dinner. I just want to say, hey, I was in the neighborhood. I just listed a house. Here's the street, 123 Maple. You probably got a buyer because you live nearby. Again, it's all relationship. You could do that with 5 people if you're still selling real estate full time. And then every time somebody drops off the list because they joined Keller Williams, all you do is just add a new one.
So
And it's that simple.
who has questions for Mitch?
Can you tell I'm enthusiastic about this? I don't have quite the lifetime earnings. Mine are getting close to 100,000. And I will, however, I will tell you right now, I am going to be 57 on October. And I've already shared this with Bridget. By the time that I'm 70, when I'm finally ready to hang up my cleats, I will be making $50,000 a month in profit share. That's the plan.
And we've run the math.
We run the math. We know how many need to be there, and I need to know how I'm doing. So now I'm doing the same thing, only I'm doing with 20, like Bridget said in there, the target dream team, and I'm taking it to the whole next level. And then I'm also still working on newbies. Now, this whole monthly career night, that's going to start happening. I've just got to get, because I already send out brochures to the people who are in real estate schools. This is the next level. So what questions do you have for this crazy guy who's on the other end of the phone? Really? You guys have mastered it already.
All right. Well, can I nerd out for a minute with you?
Please.
And so your number in calculating what a capper means to you over the period of 12 months based in your market center. What does it look like when we run those numbers for the most profitable market centers within our ecosystem? And then we go and we turn on all of the things that we talked about specifically for agents or new agents in those areas, right? So for the longest time, it was the Carolinas, right? Like they were always showing up at the top of that list.
Right.
So everything that we're doing is scalable to move it and do it virtually, so that you have different people in your family tree in the most profitable market centers.
Which takes it from $1,250 to probably close to $2,450 per agent if they're highly profitable or more.
Yeah, absolutely. Because ours is, I did the math on our market center and it's 2,100. So I think for like the top profit, like the top profitable market centers, you're right. I think it would be pushing closer to like 2,400 or 2,500.
And understand this, and I want to point this out to you guys, because I'm a believer that all things roll out the way all things roll out. There's no such thing as an accident, which tells me that if I'm going to give a referral, I don't care who I give it to. It is not incumbent upon the person I give the referral to or the person I'm referring. It's not incumbent upon them to do the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
It's about me.
Yep.
There are people who are currently working in market centers in Las Vegas who do hundreds of transactions who should be in my profit share tree. And because I did not follow up properly, they are not.
Mhm.
And each of them has multiple people in their profit share tree because of their teams and their growth. And they're not in my profit share tree. Why? Because I didn't sign up. I didn't follow it up. Here's the other thing I want you to tell you. Some will, some won't. So what? Move on.
That's right.
If
Yeah.
you come to this with an idea that you're building your profit share tree, it's for the wrong reasons. If you are coaching like Rebecca does and teaches those classes, she does that because she is going to pour into other people. If people happen to join as a result, great. The other thing I want you to know this, you will turn a name over to your team leader. You do not know the history of that name having been turned over to the team leader.
Yeah.
I could give somebody to Bridget today, and Rebecca could have given it to her 6 months ago, and Rebecca is following up diligently. And then when they finally say, well, I'm going to name the name, and it's Rebecca, I have no business getting all butthurt about that because Rebecca was there first.
Right. And the one thing I'll add to that is Aunt Becky in the Cleveland KW will always beat all of us. So, all right. So, oh, Rebecca, thank you so much. I'm so glad, I'm joining KW, but I named my aunt, Aunt Joan in Cleveland. Yep. She's been with KW, so just don't get hung up on this bold law, be detached from the outcome. So
that's not quite the bold law, but we'll go there.
You know what I mean? So my old mentor, I shouldn't mention, be detached from the outcome, be attached to the activities, to setting time in your schedule, at least an hour a month, where you actually honor it and take action. Figure out, a plan and where to start, and be attached to the activities.
Yeah.
Because if you do the activities, the results will come.
Yeah.
So
it's just like your real estate business. You either, like Rebecca said, are purposeful about it and you make the decision to take actions towards it, or you'll get no result.
Right.
And only be married to the actions itself.
Right.
Just be married to the actions. And here's some of the other things. How many of you are taking classes and just doing like an online digital class, not in this environment, just like self-study, and you do that to get your CE, how the hell is that going to find you any people for your profit share tree?
It's not.
When you're by yourself. I make it a point, all of my classes are done in this format. Either via Zoom, or I can look in people's eyes and I can send private messages. I've got 2 of my 20 came from that. And if I can go live in person, you can count on it. I actually have business cards that are made up specifically for profit share. It says, thanks for being awesome. And I can give them everywhere. You go to the airport and somebody wants you to buy a credit card. Boom. You go to Costco, they want you to buy DirecTV. Boom. You can make a lot more money. Let me help you make a ton.
Yeah.
If you can stand here and do this,
I can help you make right.
when the LDS boys or girls come to my front door wanting to sell religion, I ask them how far into their mission they are. And I say, hang on to this. When you're done with your mission, I want you to call me. Well, why would I do that? Because you're going to need a career. And if you can do this, I can help you make a lot of money.
You can help them make enough money to support all the children they're going to have.
Could be.
Yeah.
The point is that there are opportunities everywhere. We restrict ourselves, especially in today's world. We're hiding. Stop being a secret agent. Be a person that's a connector, a promoter. I'm at those classes, right? And somebody will stand and they'll say, blah, 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 blah. And I'll say, hey, see me at the break. I got somebody for you. They see me on the break and they say, wow, that was really helpful. I really appreciate it. Yeah, well, here's my card. I got lots of those. Let me have yours. Do you mind if I call you next week and we can talk about what else you might need?
No, I do not have it.
You just make the decision that this is what you want to do. And it doesn't take a lot. It's 5 people, you guys.
Yeah, start with
Just
5.
get in a relationship with 5.
And I would just say you're already doing the activities. Don't overcomplicate it. Do you have a pipeline meeting every Monday or Friday? Say yes, because we do,
Yes.
right? And we review all of our listings that are up and coming and what we have to do to get them ready to list. Oh, staging, photos, cleaning, da-da-da. I have a listing buyer pipeline. I have a referral pipeline. I review. Did I sign the referral document? Where are they at? Did they find a house yet? Are they under contract? When's more money coming in for me? That's the next one. And then I've got the profit share pipeline of people that are new, studying, or already licensed. What's the next step? What do I need to do to move them up this pipeline to the point of getting ready to join? Take all of the same strategies that you're applying to your real estate business and apply it to the profit share division of your business.
Now, think about this for just a second. She asked you if you were having a pipeline meeting for your buyers and sellers, and I saw a lot of people going,
I thought she was talking about a pipeline meeting for this. So
okay.
that's why
If you
okay.
if you have a pipeline meeting, add this. If you do not,
Start.
then
Start
get
one
it added.
today.
Don't do it tomorrow. When we're done with this call, you call somebody up on the phone and you say, can we meet every Monday and every Thursday and review our pipelines? Key.
So
Key.
all of you can see, I believe you can see, that Rebecca and Mitch are incredibly energetic, passionate, and enthusiastic, not just about profit share. That is part of how they are. I do want us to thank both of them. And I want to see if there's any follow-up questions. I want to make sure you all got their contact information. And I always love to finish up something like this with at least 3 people sharing something they're taking away from today. So first, let's thank Nick, Mitch, and Rebecca. Unmute and clap. Yay. And can we have 3 people share something they're taking away from today? It could be an action step or an insight or something you've never thought of, whatever comes to mind. Joanne?
It just start with 5, but start with 1 to get to the 5, right? And
Yep.
I love the pipeline to just put it in your schedule and get that rolling. So between both of them, I think that's where to start. I did have a quick question, or it's too late for questions, I guess.
No, go ahead.
Just with regards to, I think it's Rebecca doing it more, but when you have that specific site on Facebook for that, for like careers, for real estate careers, where are you getting the material, if you don't mind me asking, to post there other than out front?
KWRI, don't reinvent the wheel. Copy paste, copy paste.
Just copy
all
paste
of
from
it.
there.
Link
all
to
of
their videos, grab all their copy text, copy paste.
Okay.
Perfect. And I don't know if you saw that in the chat. If you email Rebecca, she'll share the pipeline Google Sheet. So you can just even start right off with that. And let's get 2 more ahas.
I'll share one, Bridget. I'm sorry, I don't have a camera on this computer.
That's okay.
So I love the idea. I had gotten that pipeline sheet. Is the same one that was on the lead gen? So I love the idea of incorporating that in there, especially as I'm starting to build a team and really making sure that that's
Listings, are they?
and that my team members also understand the importance of building their own profit sharing tree as well and understanding that. So I think this is such a great thing. And I also was at Sotheby's previously, so I can echo everything that was said before I moved over.
And that's Alicia talking from Vail and Aspen, Colorado. So Parisa and Alicia, I'll send you guys a quick email.
Yes, yes, we need to connect for sure. But that's one of the big things with Keller Williams that is so exciting for me is the opportunity for profit share. So I love that.
Awesome. Let's get one more.
Becky, again, I don't have a camera on my computer, so I apologize. I think the aha for me was the 45-minute appointment. Like, that's not very long. And to have it available to anyone. I mean, I could even have my downline's downline on it. Like, I could be doing it for everyone, not just for me personally, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. And we incorporate it into our touches. It's a annual touch that our entire database is getting invited to this career night experience. And it's on our listing checklist, right? Have you ever thought about getting it? Mitch, thanks so much for having me over today on a scale of 1 to 10. 1, you're just thinking about it. 10, you're going to sell your house tomorrow with me. Where would you say you're at?
9.
9. Awesome. What would it take to take your 9 to a 10?
Get me more money.
More money. Bottom line. Got it. Okay, great. Now, have you or any of your loved ones ever thought about getting into real estate?
All the time. What you do is easy.
Sweet. Well, I would love to talk more about that Monday, every Monday, 4:30. I'd love for you to come and be my guest. Now let's talk about your house. I mean, you just literally roll it into every conversation that you're already having. It's just an easy one. You're asking questions, slip it in whenever it feels natural.
Yep. I agree.
Everywhere and everywhere.
This has been phenomenal. I hope you guys are going to get into action. And in my dream world, I'd love to see each of you that want to participate in profit share, that we focus on how do you get that first line to 15? And does it start with, 20 minutes of affirmations, mindset work to bring you to where you need? Is it you already have a downline and we need to create that big group and start acknowledging the people? So it's just whatever it is, let's talk about it on your calls. If this is important to you and you want to take advantage, let's get it on the calendar and get the focus on it. So is this helpful for you all? Yep. Okay. Alicia and Parisa, I'll send you an email later today. Anyone else who wants to connect, let me know and reach out. Lisa, you might have had one additional question. Was that one answered? Where they marketed?
Pretty much. It was just, you just tip them off to the team leader, right? That was,
yeah.
And
everyone has the contact info. I'll be recording this and sending the recording out. So if you want to re-listen to it, feel free. I know I'm going to re-listen to it again because I'm really committed to doubling the size of my profit share. It's around 170 people right now. And I know for me to double from 171 to 3:42. It's going to take focus and scheduling. So I'm going to listen to this and make it happen.
Let me point something out. I made the decision that I was going to do that this year. And all I'm working on right now, focused aside from my group, the third focus on my GPS is helping each person in my profit share tree get one.
One person. That's right. That's my approach I'm taking today.
Let me just help you get one.
Well, thank you all, and we'll be doing more focus group meetings again, and I will talk to you.
Have a great holiday, everybody. Be safe.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.